Y que nuestros mejores deseos porque esta Navidad la pasen ustedes muy felices en compañía de sus familias. Y sobre todo no olviden el tema espiritual que es el tema de esta Navidad. Y ahorita vamos a escuchar, como dije, muchas respuestas inteligentes de los niños que nos dicen el verdadero significado de la Navidad. Que quiere decir compartir, regalar, buena voluntad, amor para todos y sobre todas las cosas paz en la tierra y a los hombres de buena voluntad en el mundo entero. Felicidades para ustedes. Tenemos algo alegre para que se animen también hoy por la mañana después de toda la música.
Remembering the life and times of this great man, a mentor to many of us in this industry, recordando a Luis Alonso Muñoz, que pasó mejor vida on June 21st, leaving us with so many great memories. And here to share more with us is a gentleman who worked with him on Domingo Live and was also his mentor, Joseph Valdez. Thank you so much, Joseph, for making time to be with us.
Oh, I tell you what, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm sorry it's on such a bad note, but Luis Alonso Muñoz, I don't have to tell you guys, a true professional. I worked with him on Domingo Live for about 3 years, side by side, and igualmente with Mike Chavez. But my introduction to Luis Muñoz came many years ago, back in 1985. I started working for Manuel Davila, who owned KCCT Radio. Mm-hmm. And AM radio was king back
Absolutely.
then. And who was battling it out? It was KCCT and KUNO. And who was the mero, the chief of KUNO? Luis Alonso Muñoz. And man, that's why I say when I learned from that man, whether he was my competitor or I learned from him. Yeah. And wow, great man.
Sure, great teacher by example. And Barbie, of course, worked alongside him,
Yes.
Over at KSAB.
KSAB. When I started with KSAB, he had just sold KSAB and KUNO, but he stayed on as a consultant on both stations. And I learned so much from Mr. Muñoz. And like you said, above everything else, professionalism.
Oh yeah, and when he spoke, you listen.
Oh, see.
You know, he had this voice. I want to share something with you guys. We were doing a segment. Y es muy serio, Luis. Casi no te hacía reír muchas de las veces, pero when he decided to be funny, he started telling me a joke. Don't ask me about it. But he started telling me a joke, and I said, okay, Luis. And so we let up, and I knew we were getting closer to going back live. And so he kept on. That joke was so good. And he was getting to the punchline. Y luego me dice, 30 minutes away, 30 seconds away, me dice, te digo después. You know? No, that's not the kicker. That's not the kicker. 5 seconds now, we're about to go on. He tells me the punchline. And it was hilarious.
Oh,
and I'm like, I couldn't.
It's
And
stuff
I
you
would
don't
never,
see on
and
TV.
he just came back como si nada. Bueno, no sabía.
Cool, calm, and collective.
Exactly.
He was just a very, very good man. And my condolences a la familia Muñoz. I know that a lot you're weeping for that man, but also remember the memories, all the good times, all the lessons that he left.
Absolutely, and he left us with so many. I remember in one of my interviews with him, he shared with me, and he says, you know, I like the way you guys are doing Domingo Live. Now it has evolved, okay? It has evolved. I said, we don't speak as much Spanish. They go, you don't have to speak as much Spanish. You have to speak to the community now because we have both sides. We have English speakers and Spanish speakers. Ya si quieren escuchar nada más en español, ya tienen sus canales dedicados en español. Si quieres hablar tejano, quieres hablar en español y en inglés, that's why you have Domingo Live.
He complimented Domingo Live in y'all's work, and he did this at Q Productions. He came to visit Abraham and myself.
Sure.
And I was listening to what he was saying, and exactly what you just said. He said, Domingo Live has evolved. I see it. I see the camera people here, the professionalism, and I'm not saying we weren't,
Of course.
but it's gotten better. It's gotten better. You know. Now the co-host maybe. You guys are doing an
We'll wait for
awesome job.
commentary on that one.
One thing that I will say about everybody that's been a part of the show, whether they've been a host, whether they've been behind the camera, whether they've been producing in the back, directing, doing sound, every single person that's a part of the show truly loves this show. And it shows.
And you know what's amazing? Okay, it's been 20 years, and I'm still in line at the grocery store, and I still get, I know you.
Yeah.
You know?
Aw, I love that.
Here's the kicker.
Good thing or a bad thing?
Here's the kicker. are you Mike Chavez? That's a good one. And I tell them, no, I'm not Mike Chavez, but, you know, and then they'll say, oh, Joseph, yes, you're Joseph Valdez.
There you go.
But yes, so many memories of Luis Muñoz. We
will-
love that man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph,
Thank
for
you so
sharing
much,
some
Joseph.
memories here of Luis Muñoz, and we will miss him. We had the information up there for his services, July 5th visitation and rosary at the Corpus Christi Funeral Home, July 13th memorial mass in Most Precious Beloved Catholic Church. If you'd like to donate, he did say he wanted to start a scholarship for students wanting to go into journalism. What a great way to remember a man. Donate, give. Let's start that, Recordando a Luis Alonso Muñoz Scholarship Fund over at Del Mar College
I'd love
in
that.
his name. Absolutely. Joseph, again, thank you so much.
Joseph.
Te agradecemos.
Pleasure. Guys, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. We have a